Let me say this straight. If August already feels slower, heavier, or like things just aren't working the way they were, that's not a setback. That's a reset. And most people completely misread this phase because it doesn't feel powerful. It feels like you've lost your momentum. Your energy has dropped. Things that used to work suddenly don't. So you start questioning yourself. But here's what's actually happening. You're not losing power. You're losing access to the way you used to force it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cherry. I'm a spiritual life coach, numerologist, and energy alchemist. And this month, we're working with the Energy 8, the Pranic Body, the part of you responsible for your life force, your vitality, your stamina, and how energy moves through your system. So this isn't just an emotional shift. This is your body recalibrating how you generate power. And if you don't understand this yet, you'll do what most people do. They'll try to push harder, fix it, force momentum back. But in the process, you'll drain yourself even more. Before we go deeper, if this is already ringing true, something in you, hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. Help me grow this channel because this channel isn't just about feeling inspired. It's about understanding your energy well enough to actually change your life. So let's ground this properly because August is not just another month of growth or expansion. August is a completion portal, but not in the way people expect. This isn't everything's ending neatly. Everything makes sense. Everything feeling resolved. This is your system withdrawing energy from what it can no longer sustain. And from an Energy 8 perspective, this is about your pranic body recalibrating. Your body is starting to ask, where is my energy going? What is actually feeding me? What is draining me faster than I can recover? And anything that doesn't pass that check starts to feel heavier, harder, less tolerable. So you might notice things like less motivation for things you need to push through, less tolerance for certain people or dynamics, feeling tired when you haven't done much, a sense of emotional flatness or detachment, sudden clarity about what you don't want anymore. And this is the part people get wrong. They think, I've lost my drive, I'm being inconsistent, something's wrong with me. No, what's actually happening is your body is stopping the supply of energy to what's no longer aligned. This is not you collapsing. This is you withdrawing life force. And when that happens, things don't just end externally. They lose energy internally. And here's why this feels so uncomfortable. Because for a lot of you, you didn't realize how much you were sustaining things through effort, through pushing, overthinking, managing, holding everything together. So when that effort drops, everything feels unstable. But this is the shift. You're not losing control. You're not losing over control. You're not losing energy. You're stopping where it's been wasted, like a power struggle. Because part of you wants to keep things going the way they were. But your body, it's done. So this month may feel like you're being pulled into two different directions. That's not in your head. That's exactly what's happening. Part of you wants to move forward, expand, do more, create momentum. And another part of you feels tired, resistant, slowed down, like you just don't have the energy for it. And this is where most people start judging themselves. They think, why can't I just get on with it? I should be further ahead by now. I know what I want, so why am I not doing it? So they try to override it, push harder, force action, create urgency. But here's the truth. You're not lacking discipline. You're in a power transition. For a long time, your system has been running on pressure, urgency, proving yourself, being over-responsible, pushing past your limits. That's adrenaline. And adrenaline is powerful, but it's not sustainable. Prana, life force, works differently. It doesn't spike. It circulates. It builds slowly to support you. It doesn't burn out. So what's happening right now is this. Your body is rejecting adrenaline, but it hasn't fully stabilized into prana yet. And that space in between feels like low energy, lack of motivation, resistance, confusion. So let's correct this properly. You don't have no energy. You have no access to your old way of forcing energy. And that's a very different problem. And I'm going to call you out gently here. You can say you want sustainable power, but the moment it doesn't feel fast, intense, or productive, you assume something's wrong because part of your identity has been built around being the one who pushes through, being the one who holds everything together, being the one who doesn't stop. So when your body says, slow down, it doesn't just feel inconvenient. It feels like you're becoming someone who you don't recognize, but you're not losing yourself. You're losing the version of you that had to override your body to function. And this is the shift you need to hold on to. Adrenaline creates urgency, Prana creates capacity. Urgency makes you move fast. Capacity lets you keep going without burnout. And this is where most people get stuck, because they understand this mentally, but they don't know how to feel the difference in their body. And that's what we're going to do next. So now you understand what's happening, you can see the pattern. You can recognize the shift from adrenaline to prana. But here's the truth. Understanding this won't change anything if your body still defaults to pressure, because most people don't actually know what prana feels like. They know urgency, stress, pushing, overthinking. So when that all disappears, they don't recognize what's left. They just think, I feel flat. I feel unmotivated. I've lost my edge. No, you haven't lost your edge. You've lost your overdrive. So let's bring this into your body now, because your body needs to experience the difference, not just hear about it. So sit up slightly, let your shoulders drop, place one hand on your chest and one on your lower belly. Now inhale slowly through your nose for 4. Hold for 4. And exhale for 6. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Now I want you to check in with yourself. Before this moment, were you in pressure or in presence? Were you trying to figure everything out, mentally push forward, feeling like you should be doing more? That's pressure. Now stay with your breath and notice something subtle. There's a quiet sense of aliveness in your body. It's not intense, it's not urgent, but it's there. That's prana. Pressure feels like tightness, forward-leaning energy, urgency, contraction. Prana feels like steadiness, space, grounded energy, quiet support. And this is what you're learning this month. To stop asking, am I doing enough? And start asking, what state am I doing this from? Because the state matters more than the action. So before you take action this week, pause just for a moment and ask your body, is this coming from pressure or from presence? If it's pressure, slow down, breathe, reset, because action taken from pressure costs you energy. Action taken from prana builds it. The version of you who actually holds power, doesn't rush, doesn't force, doesn't override their body. They move from clarity, steadiness, internal support. And when you start doing that consistently, something will shift. You stop leaking energy and you actually start building it. So now you understand what August is doing. You felt the difference between pressure and prana. But this only works if you actually take it out of this moment and into your life. So this is what I want you to focus on this week. Not everything, just this. Notice where you're forcing energy. Notice where you're leaking energy. Notice where your body is already saying no and you're ignoring it, because this is where your power is going. Not in big dramatic ways, but in small, consistent overrides. And instead of trying to fix everything, I want you to make one simple shift. Before you act, pause just for a second and ask, am I doing this from pressure or from presence? That's it. Because that one question changes everything. It interrupts the pattern. It brings you back into your body, and it stops you from continuing the same energy loop without even realizing it. The version of you who actually holds power isn't constantly pushing, isn't constantly proving, isn't constantly running on empty. They're someone who listens to their body, moves with their energy, and knows when to stop, not as a weakness, but as a form of leadership, self-leadership. And if you actually commit to this, you'll start to notice something really quickly. You won't feel as drained. You won't feel as reactive. You won't feel like you're constantly chasing energy, because you're no longer burning it unnecessarily. That's what August is here to teach you. Not how to do more, but how to stop costing yourself energy, so that when you move, it's supported. And if you want a hack for working with the Energy 8, 2 is the hack number for Energy 8. So I will link around this video all the videos from February, which was Energy Body 2's work. If today's teaching resonated with you, imagine what would happen if you truly understood the unique energetic blueprint you were born with. Your numbers reveal far more than your personality. They uncover your natural strengths, your challenges, your soul lessons, and your energetic patterns you've been repeating without even realizing it. So if you're new to numerology, I've created a free numerology quick guide to help you discover what your numbers are really trying to tell you. You'll find the link in the description box below. And if you're ready to go much deeper, you can order your own personalized numerology report where I decode your unique blueprint and show you exactly how to work with your energy instead of against it. Again, the link is in the description box below. And before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What was the one insight or breakthrough from today's video that resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments, because when you understand your numbers, you stop guessing and start living in alignment with who you were always meant to be. Remember, your energy isn't random. Your life isn't random. Your numbers aren't random. They're the blueprint your soul chose before you were born. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.